You think you know how car insurance works, until reality hits. A fender bender, a denied claim, a sudden spike in premiums, and you're left wondering, wait, I thought I was covered. That's because most people are driving around with more myths than facts when it comes to their car insurance. So in this video, we're busting 5 common car insurance myths that could be costing you serious money, or worse, leaving you exposed. Let's start with one of the biggest ones: the color of your car affects your insurance rate. Red car drivers, I see you sweating. But relax, this one's completely false. Insurance companies don't care what color your car is. They care about the make, model, engine size, age, and your driving record. A bright red sports car might cost more to insure, but not because it's red. It's because it's powerful, fast, and more expensive to repair. So feel free to go bold with your paint job, your premium won't blink. Here's another popular one. If someone else drives my car and crashes it, their insurance will pay. Wrong. In most cases, car insurance follows the car, not the driver. That means if your friend borrows your ride and crashes it, your insurance is the one footing the bill, not theirs. Of course, every policy is different, and some have exclusions or secondary coverages, but don't assume you're off the hook just because it wasn't you behind the wheel. Lending your car is lending your insurance, too. Myth number 3, full coverage means everything is covered. That phrase, full coverage, sounds comforting, right? But the truth is, there's no such thing as a policy that covers everything. Full coverage usually means a combination of liability, collision, and comprehensive. That protects you from a lot, but not everything. Things like mechanical breakdowns, rental car reimbursement, or roadside assistance. Those are usually add-ons. So don't get lulled into a false sense of security. Know what your policy actually says, not just what the salesman called it. Here's another one people believe: older cars don't need insurance. Sounds logical, until you get rear-ended and realize your cheap old car still needs collision coverage. Now, if your car is worth very little, it might not make financial sense to pay for comprehensive or collision, that part is true. But liability insurance? That's still required by law in most places, and it protects you if you damage someone else's vehicle or property. No matter how old your car is, if it moves, it needs to be insured. And finally, one of the most dangerous myths: my credit score has nothing to do with my car insurance. Unfortunately, in many places, it does. Insurance companies use something called a credit-based insurance score to help predict how risky you might be as a policyholder. It's controversial, but legal in most states. A lower score could mean higher premiums, even if you've never filed a claim. So yes, your driving record matters, but so does your credit behavior. Pay your bills on time, reduce your debt, and keep an eye on your score. It could save you hundreds each year. The truth is, car insurance can be confusing on purpose. The industry is filled with fine print, outdated advice, and assumptions passed down like urban legends. But the more you understand, the more you can save, and the better you'll protect yourself. So here's your homework: pull up your policy. Actually read it. And ask yourself, what do I think I'm covered for, and what am I actually covered for? If this video helped bust a few myths for you, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe for more money smart content, and share this with a friend who's probably still paying extra for that red paint job. Drop your questions or insurance stories in the comments, I read them all. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay informed, stay safe. And don't believe everything your uncle told you about insurance.